When it comes to the overall driving experience, the smell of a car's interior plays a surprisingly significant role, all right? Each car manufacturer actually has its own unique scent profile, whether they want it or not. And this, most of the time, especially in the higher end brands, is the result of a complex interplay of materials, manufacturing processes, and even intentional fragrance engineering. As you can see here, I actually just got a new old car. All right. It's a beautiful 23-year-old BMW Z3. And that made me think, why don't I make a video on car smells? All right. New car smells, old car smells. I gotta tell you, when I got into this car, I definitely had a hit of memories. My first car in the United States was actually a Z4. Now this is a Z3. I like this one much better. It's much more fun. And so, yes, so I will be doing a tier list of car smells. But first up, let's talk about a little bit about car smells in general, all right? From the rich, luxurious leather of a Mercedes-Benz to the distinctive crayon, yes, believe it or not, crayon smell in a BMW. These smells can and will evoke memories, emotions, and brand associations. Just think about it. Even if you didn't own a car, you probably rode in one as a child. And if you like that smell, or if your father had a certain brand, as an adult, you might actually go back to that if these companies monetize on that aspect of their brand, right? So some scents of new cars are so beloved that the owners go to great lengths to preserve them, while others are so unpleasant that they really lead to widespread complaints and even recalls, as we will talk about in this video. But what exactly makes a car interior smell the way it does? It all comes down to the materials used, such as leather, plastics, and adhesives, and fabrics as well. And each of those materials emits so-called volatile organic compounds, all right, VOCs, which contribute to the overall scent profile of the car, all right? Now, manufacturers definitely can influence the smell of their cars in several ways. Some, like Mercedes-Benz and Bentley, use high-quality natural materials like leather, wood, and others in order to create a luxurious scent. All right, and others like Audi and Lexus, for example. Actually, I think most of the higher-end brands have so-called odor teams to ensure that there's a consistently pleasant smell by carefully selecting and testing materials. Because again, it is a part of the brand. Now, some brands even go a step further and create their own signature fragrances. We know all that. Bentley, for example, offers a line of men's fragrance that mimic the scent of their car interiors, allowing enthusiasts to carry the essence of their favorite ride wherever they go. That being said, let me get one of those. Just kidding. I don't have it anymore. I think I sold it. But I do remember that I had Bentley, I had Mercedes, and I think that's it. Man, I can't believe I don't have the Bentley one. Maybe I still have it somewhere in there. Anyway, of course, not all car smells are created equal, as with everything. Now I'm really curious if I still find them somewhere. We'll see. But some are pleasant and inviting, okay, while other smells can be overpowering and even off-putting, okay. In this tier list that we see here on this page, I'll go over to some of the brands that I picked out to give you my taste, all right? This is not a definitive list, so don't attack me, but I would love to know your thoughts, okay? And if you agree with it, if you disagree with it, let me know if you had some experiences that line up or don't line up, all right? So let me just play around with my thoughts here. What should we start with? Let's do Lexus, okay? We got Lexus here. I would put Lexus. I mean, Lexus interiors have definitely a subtle sophisticated scent that's like a well-crafted cocktail, smooth, balanced, and with just a hint of leather. All right. So with that being said, I would put that one at my A tier. Okay. Some Lexus owners apparently are even so obsessed with maintaining the perfect interior scent that they'll hunt down the exact products used by the dealer to maintain it. All right. So they want to know exactly what they're cleaning the cars with and all that in order to keep that. It's like a fragrance scavenger hunt almost. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let me just go over. Hold on here. Okay. Well, why don't we just do... This is going to be easy, okay? Since I just got it, I am biased, okay? BMW. So, like I mentioned before, the BMW, it has like this distinctive crayon smell. And it's nostalgic. It's a little bit of a nostalgic nod to childhood creativity, reminding the drivers that they're never too old to color outside the lines, okay? And the funny thing is that I noticed a lot of car brands have a similar smell that are from Germany. So German car brands have a similar smell. But obviously, that scent hit me so hard, I'm going to put it at S tier because I'm biased. Okay, I'm not going to hide it. What else do we have here? Let's go with a really bad one for a moment. And that is mostly because there was an issue with one of their cars. That's the Hyundai, okay? Hyundai Palisade specifically. There was some type of a garbage smell, believe it or not, in some Hyundai Palisade models. And it led to a flood of complaints and definitely a desperate search for solutions. It was like a game of olfactory whack-a-mole, and I think there was even a recall. So some people tried to get rid of it with an air freshener, but it was really hard. So for that thing, if you want to look it up, Hyundai Palisade, I'm going to put it as at an F tier for that specific model. Okay. Let's go with my other car that I have, okay? This is Toyota. Toyota cars are known to have a relatively neutral, slightly plasticky scent that's like the olfactory equivalent of a sensible shoe, okay? It's practical, reliable, and utterly forgettable, which doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. I mean, it's a car, okay? But where do I put them? Toyota, I would put at a B tier. By the way, some new Toyotas have a temporary burning smell almost, okay? Which is like the car's way of saying, I'm new here. Please be gentle with me. So again, remember, with a new car, there's all these adhesives and plastic smells that basically just come out of the factory, and this stuff needs to settle in. This is not necessarily something of the older team's design. It's just something that comes with the territory of a new type of what do you call it? New vehicle. Okay. How about? Let's go. Let's fill out the C tier. What could I put in the C tier? I think the C tier I would describe as something that is acceptable but unremarkable, okay? Oh, maybe let me run just through the tiers, okay? So F, like I said, is absolutely horrible in in a way, okay? So actively disliked, okay? Then we have the D tier, which is unpleasant or overpowering. We have the C tier, which is acceptable but unremarkable. We then have the B tier, which is, in my opinion, pleasant but not unique. And then we have the A tier, which is, what do I have it here? Distinctive and enjoyable. And then I obviously have the S tier, which is iconic and pleasant. Okay, but let's go back to the C tier. Who am I going to put into the C tier? Who I got here? Okay, so Nissan, for example, all right? Nissan's interiors have a nondescript, slightly industrial scent that is like a blank stare, okay, in olfactory tongue. It's not unpleasant, but it's not memorable either, okay? So let's find Nissan here. Where's Nissan? We'll put you into C. And just to fill out the OCD need in my head, let's find somebody for D. Who would I have in B? Oh, actually, you know what? There's not a lot, but there's one, and that is Mitsubishi. I think I have a Mitsubishi in here. Let me double check here. Yeah, this is the Mitsubishis belong in D for me because they have a strong, almost overpowering new car smell that's like being punched in the face with an air freshener. Okay, it's not necessarily bad, but it's definitely intense, and that's why I put it in D. Okay, again, this intense smell is likely due to the off-gassing of interior materials, which is like a chemical welcome aboard, my friend, from your new Mitsubishi. Okay, let's see, where do we have, what do we do here with Tesla, for example, okay? Fun fact here, I actually used to have a Tesla. I had a third or fourth Tesla Roadster in Hawaii that was on the island. It was super fun. The other guy who had one was the guy who published Tetris in the 80s. So, believe it or not, that was kind of fun. But some Tesla models, and that's probably more towards the beginning of Tesla, but I'm still going to hold it against them because it would be fun. It's fun to do. They actually have been known to have strange, almost chemical smells, and that's definitely a far cry from new car scent. Okay, it's like driving a science experiment that is gone wrong. I do like Teslas, but their quality of the interior is definitely lacking, so I have to put them at a D just to make this video spicy. Please grill me in the comments, okay? But this is where I put Tesla. This is a D right there. Who knows? Maybe some of that smell is due to materials used in the battery and the electrical systems. Maybe it's the burning, the burning component, not the burning components, but the components under stress, because there's a lot of power in these cars. So, you know, we'll just put that at D for now. Talking about Subaru, let me know in the comments below if you have a Subaru. I actually never had one. I did think about buying an old, what do you call it, Volkswagen Beetle, some of the original ones, and turn them into a sleeper car, which means a sleeper car that is a car that looks ordinary but actually has a ridiculous engine. And I know that it's very popular to take a Subaru engine and put them into a Beetle like that. So Volkswagen Beetle sleeper with the Subaru engine, that would be cool. But anyway, talking about the interiors, Subaru interiors have a practical, no-nonsense sense. That's a mix of plastic, fabric, and a hint of I'm here to get the job done. Okay, it's like a reliable pair of hiking boots would smell, I guess. And for that, because it's reliable, I put Subaru in the B tier. Okay. Now, some Subaru owners report there's a little bit of a wet dog faint smell, which is either a charming reminder of the brand's outdoorsy image or a sign that your car has been moonlighting a dog groomer. Okay, but anyway, I'll leave it at B for now. So honk down in the comments if you have a Subaru here. Let's talk about Porsche. Love Porsche, and it's pronounced Porsche. Okay, if I ever hear anybody say Porsche, unsubscribe right away. I don't want you on the channel. Just kidding. Not kidding. Now, Porsche is obviously one of the top brands in the world, and their signature scent is a perfect balance of premium leather, high quality plastics, and a faint aroma of adrenaline, believe it or not. It's like a sensory reminder that you're driving a precision machine built for speed and style. absolutely deserved in the S tier, okay? No question about it. I was actually debating between the Z3 or Porsche 996. They are similar in price. The Z3 is a little cheaper, but it's also much lighter. So I went with the Z3. Fun fact is actually that Porsche developed its own fragrance called The Essence to bottle the scent of their cars, because sometimes you need to smell like a 911 even when you're not behind the wheel, all right? So let me know if you ever smelled that fragrance. What else do we have here? Let's talk about America's favorite, which is, yes, you guessed it, Ford. Okay, let's put Ford here in the front. Ford interiors have definitely more of a natural but forgettable scent that's about as thrilling as a bowl of plain oatmeal. Okay, it's not offensive, but it's not exactly a reason to take a deep breath either. So, you know, some newer Ford cars actually they have a new car smell that fades a little faster than a Hollywood marriage, but at least they're trying. So with that being said, I'm just gonna put them at C. Okay, this is a C tier contender in my opinion. Okay. Now let's see, what else do we have? Let's talk about let's go with Volkswagen. That is the car of the people in Germany, right? Let's see, where do I have them classified here? What did I write down about Volkswagen? Actually, let's go to Jaguar. I just found Jaguar here in my notes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so Jaguar, I actually had a Jaguar before. Come to think of it, it seems like I had a lot of cars, but they've been all fun. But the Jaguar interiors have definitely a distinct masculine scent that's a mix of leather, wood, and a hint of something wild, if you will. Okay, it's like driving through a posh English library with a jungle cat as a passenger next to you. Okay, there is actually a fragrance that has been released by Jaguar once called Jaguar Pace. And that aimed to capture the essence of their cars as well, I guess. Let me know if you smelled that one. But I think this definitely deserves the A tier as a brand that puts a little bit more focus on that in their cars, okay? Let's say, okay, let's go with Volkswagen now. So Volkswagen, again, they also have a crayon type of scent. Their interior, especially in the older models, are kind of guilty of that. And they smell, again, maybe they're really trying to create some sort of a childhood nostalgia in the Volkswagens. And maybe that's why they stick with crayon in Germany. I don't know. I mean, Germany is the country that basically invented the car. So maybe they're holding on to the past in a certain way. The Volkswagen smell, in my opinion, though, is very similar to the one in Mercedes models, and I would say it's kind of like it's trying to be something that it's not. Okay, so it's not like crazy good, but it's trying. It's not as well executed as the other brands that have a crayon. So I'm going to put it at the B tier, okay? Now, what else do we have here? Let's go with... let's go with... Who should we go with next? Let's do Chevrolet, okay? Chevy interiors used to have a distinct, almost charming scent, but the newer models smell about as generic as a rental car, okay? It's like they lost their aromatic mojo, unfortunately. I wish they would put a little bit more emphasis in the future. Maybe they will, but right now they're not. So they're going into the C tier for, you know, they used to be something that they're not anymore. Their smell in new Chevys is definitely bland, okay? It's like a... It's like the olfactory equivalent of a shrug emoji. Okay, nothing else to say there. When it comes to Hyundai slash Kia, actually, I think they're coming. Let's say Kia. All right, the Kia interiors. They're well. You remember how I talked about Hyundai? Hyundai on F tier is actually just this one Palisade model. I would put Hyundai and Kia into one here under their brand because they're very similar. Because their interiors often have a strong plasticky smell that's like cross between newer shower curtains and a budget air freshener. Okay, it's not terrible, but it's not exactly a selling point. Okay, and that's why I'm going to put them on C tier because it's not something why you would buy the car. Okay, you buy the car in spite of the smell, not because of it. What else do we have here? Let's say, what does Honda have to say? What do we have to say about Honda? Their interiors have a clean, inoffensive scent that's about as exciting as a beige cardigan. Okay. It's not bad, but it's not exactly a party for your nostrils. Okay, so you're not gonna go crazy, but they're trying at least. So in terms of ranking, I would probably put them close to, if not right next to Toyota. Okay, on the B tier. Although some people that drive Hondas find the smell a bit overwhelming at first, it's kind of like a tidal wave of artificial freshness, but I think that goes away after a little while. Okay, let's talk Cadillac. Cadillacs have a very nuanced leather that gives off a rich, sweet scent that's almost subliminal, okay? Like a secret handshake to your nose in a way, okay? It's a subtle reminder that you've arrived both literally and figuratively. And that's why I put them into American car brand in an A tier. Okay, we're moving up, all right? Actually, Cadillac's signature scent was created in a lab that was tested by focus groups. So they definitely tried to do something there. Okay, talk about Audi. Okay, talking about labs. So Audi actually has an odor team. It's like the crack squad of scent sleuths. Okay. Sniffing out every unpleasant smell and ensuring a consistent, fresh interior. It's like having a bloodhound co-pilot but with a better scent of style. So these people are employed to really put a emphasis on the scent profile of your new car, which is important. And that's why I will put them into the A tier for effort. Actually, there was a story that I read that the odor team once rejected a shipment of leather because it smelled just not the right way. Okay, that was quality control with the nose. Okay, and that's pretty interesting. They just didn't like the way that leather shipment smelled, and they shipped it back. So props to them for the QC. Okay, we got Bentley, Dodge, and Mercedes. Let's talk about Bentley. Where is my Bentley? Okay, Bentley, obviously. Hold on. Bentley, I think, is owned by Volkswagen, aren't they? Or are they owned by BMW? Write down in the comments below. I'm not going to look it up, but I would like to know if you find it. However, it's a premium car brand, as we know. And therefore, Bentley takes car scents to the next level with their own line of fragrances as well, as mentioned before. Hold on, did I talk about Bentley before and actually move a different one? No, I didn't. I don't think so. Did I talk about Bentley and move Lexus? I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting a little sleepy. But let's go through this here. Okay, so if you remember, they actually had a fragrance that they published on the market, and that was supposed to capture the essence of their ultra luxurious brand. Okay, it's like having a personal perfumist riding shotgun next to you, and the fragrance that was called Bentley for Men was definitely interesting. With, if I remember correctly, notes of leather, rum, and fine woods. It was definitely the way to smell like old money without the trust fund. All right, and that's why I put them in the S tier. Okay. And then we have the story of a Dodge. And I don't mean Dodge the brand, but there was this one problem with Dodge Dart, specifically the years 2013 to 2016, because some Dodge Dart models in those years had a notorious dirty gym sock smell. That is like driving with a sweaty locker room in the backseat. All right, it's enough to make you want to dart out of the car, if you will. And that's why, unfortunately, I'll have to put them into the F tier. And then finally, we got the good old trusty Mercedes-Benz. And yes, Mercedes is definitely the ultimate in olfactory opulence. Okay, Mercedes-Benz interiors are a symphony of rich leather, fine wood, and a hint of crayon again, as you guessed, with the German car brands. And that's actually partially thanks to the unique seat backing materials. Okay, it's like a first class ticket to Smell City. And I'm sure that their Maybach, which is actually a separate brand, also plays a role in that scent development. Okay. And even the owners of Mercedes-Benz often describe the scent as expensive, okay? Because nothing says luxury like the smell of money. And that's why we got Mercedes in the S tier. So, there you have it, guys. This is my tier list for new car smells. For those of you who are still here, I want to thank you for this. It's been fun. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree, what cars you drive, how they smell, what are the great experiences, what are the horrible experiences, and how you would get milk out of your car if you ever spill a milk carton in your car, because that technically ruins the entire interior. That's a random question right there. Any angry ex-girlfriends listening, please don't do anything in that regard, okay? That's really bad. Anyway, guys, thanks again. Hope you had fun and hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.